Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate Designs. Please say hello when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you are here tonight and watching. And in just a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in this keyword, I'll give you a supply list sent right to your messenger with a list of supplies for all the things that we're using to make this project tonight. And my mouse is not moving correctly right now. So we're going to see how well we can make this work. But you guys just sit tight for a second. Get this to go. How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Kids have no school tomorrow, so it's been a little bit more of a hectic night than normal, just so you guys know that. All right. Oh my gosh, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? The keyword for tonight, you guys, is years. Y-E-A-R-S. Type years in the comments. And that's going to get you that supply list from me. And then my mouse is moving all funny, y'all. It's always something, isn't it? Hi, Wanda. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Lori. Hi, Pam. Thanks for sprinkling everybody. All right. Now I can get my thing pulled up. Hi, Dottie. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Hi, Wanda. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Hey, Frankie. Hello, Terry. Hello, Holly. Hi, Linda. Hopefully we have better luck tonight than what we did the last time we went live. I restarted everything first, just to be sure. Hi, Lori. Hi, Leanne. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lynn. Oh, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Hi, Dottie. Hello, Barb. Hi, Pam. Hi, Roxanne. Hello, Deb and Lisa Marie. All right, you guys. So tonight we are going to be doing another patriotic project. Now, if you're from Canada, then please keep in mind that this project could definitely be altered in some ways if you needed to make this work for you as well. At least you're going to have some tips and techniques to be able to take away from this project. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But we're going to work with canvas tonight. Hi, Linda. We're going to work with canvas tonight. So it's been a minute since we've worked with canvas, and I wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks for working with a canvas like this. You guys have all seen these. You can get them super, super cheap, like at the Dollar Tree even for some of them. Or I think I got how many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 7-pack for like $10. Hey, Cassie! Why does it smell like menthol? It's so weird. I just opened this up and got this big old whiff of Vicks Vapor Rub. It smells like Vapor Rub. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Wanda Kay. Hey, Catherine. All right, so we're going to be working just on the canvas tonight. No notifications. It'll probably come to you in like a half an hour because that's how Facebook works. We're going to be working on canvas tonight in case you guys are wondering how to do this the best way to make sure that your project shows up as perfectly as possible because canvas can be tricky. Hi, Roseanne. So we're going to go ahead and start off with this piece of canvas here. Now, I want to tell you this. We are going to be using this transfer tonight. This is a 8.5 by 11 size for our transfer, okay? So 8.5 by 11, and I want you guys to see something. These are our B-size transfers. Standard size is 8.5 by 11. If you were to buy a canvas that's an 8 by 10, it's going to be too small, okay? So you want the ones that are 9 by 12 to fit your B-size transfer. So I'll show you the difference here, okay? This is an 8 by 10, and it's smaller than the design on the transfer, you guys. It's too small. It's too small. You might be able, it would just barely fit on there. You're going to be edge to edge on here and have no border around it whatsoever if you go with an 8 by 10. So make sure that when you're picking up your canvases, if you have a choice in sizes, go for the 9 by 12 instead. Because as you can see, the entire thing is going to fit right on here without any problems. You'll get your entire design in there. I know 8 by 10 is pretty tiny. So these are the ones that you guys want. You want the 9 by 12, okay? Not the 8 by 10 for doing our B-size transfers. Now, if you wanted to use the 8 by 10 for a 5 by 7, which is our A size, absolutely, you'll have plenty of room around there to add your decorations and extra pieces in there, okay? I'm freezing for you. Oh, don't tell me that, because last time when I started freezing, my video shut off twice. So no! Can you please go out and try to come back in and see if that works better for you? All right, so in order to prep our canvas, we do need to prepare this thing first before we can start our project on there. So I'm going to grab out a piece of sandpaper. And this is a 600 grit sandpaper. It's very, very, very fine sandpaper. Tracy, I don't know. I would have to look at a picture of Woody right now and then look at different greens to tell you which one's going to match best. And I don't just have a... My craft room is not decorated with Toy Story. Love you, girl. But that's a message you got to send me so I can actually compare the colors, okay? I really don't know right off the top of my head. Hi, Kathy. All right, so we're just going to take a sanding block and we're going to go ahead and we're going to sand this first because it has like a bumpiness to the canvas itself. And when you have that bumpiness to your canvas, then it's going to allow parts of your adhesive to kind of sit up a little bit off of the surface. And then your paste can kind of bleed through a little bit. And you're going to get... I know, I saw that too, Pam. And so it can potentially cause your paste to bleed through and you're not going to get the perfect design. So just come through with a very, very, very light sanding block. And you're going to sand off all of those little raised pieces that are on there, okay? Hi, Sue. I'm good, Ro. And this can take it. Hi, Brenda. Thank you. Yeah, send me a picture. The kids are off school tomorrow, so I am going to sleep in a little bit. This moment is sleep deprived, I can tell you that. Even though I did go to bed a little bit early last night, I had some weird dreams. Weird dreams. And then it was one of those things. You guys, you just bought a sandal like this? These are amazing. So it should be smooth to the touch. You want it to be as smooth as you can possibly get it to the touch. And then you want to take a piece of paper towel or something and just get all of that, I'm going to call it canvas dust, off the top, okay? Hi, Penny. Happy Thursday, Teresa. Now I forgot what I was saying. That happens so often. All right, now we're going to go ahead and grab our surface wax. No, because I want to paint this thing first. We're going to paint this. That's right. Years is the key word, yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some tape. And we're going to paint this canvas in red and, well, it's going to be red, the white that normally is, and then the blue, okay? So we're going to make this patriotic colors going across our board. And I'm going to try to do this as evenly as possible. So if we measure it, and it's a 12, oh yeah, you guys, have you ever, thank you, Cassie, have you ever woken up literally 1 minute before your alarm was going to go off? 1 minute. And then I closed my eyes and I fell back into a dreamland somehow. And when my alarm went off, it startled the crap out of me. And it was like, I should have just gotten up. I should have just gotten up with that 1 minute. But I didn't. I closed my eyes back and then it's throwing me off today. Throwing me right off. All right, so 12 divided by 3. What is that? 4. So at 4 inches, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my tape to where it's above where I want the blue down here, because we're leaving the white, remember? Yeah, I know, right? That really sucks. If the world would have just let me sleep. All right, so there's 4, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want the other one to be right here. I'm covering up most of where the white is going to be on here, but we're going to have an even amount for each color. Now, I had to think about that, Sandy. Oh, man. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now we've got the white part right there is kind of blocked off. We're going to have some red on one side. We're going to have the white on the other side. Thank you guys for helping me out with my simple math that I, for some reason, could not think of tonight. All right, we're going to go ahead and paint with our Chalk Couture paste. So I'm going to use Cherry, and I'm going to use Cadet. Sandy asked me, did your friend's daughter move in? So no, I still had the other kids. Today was their last day, and the kids have no school tomorrow. I did get a call from her today, though, and her daughter is going to stay with us for, I think, 3 nights next week, and then the following Tuesday is going to be her last day of school, and she will be able to finish the 5th grade. She's going to be able to test out. So, yeah, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. But, yeah, she will stay with us 3 days next week. Okay, here we go. Did I find Evan's suit for the dance? No, I found his pants, but I found the tie and I found the shoes. But I have not yet found the shirt for less than $40. And I ain't paying that for a shirt he's going to wear once. Hi, Betty K. All right, so I just added some water right to the lid of my jar. Hi, Donna. And I'm going to grab my brush. We're really going to just work some of that paste in there to pick up the pigment. And I like to use the paste that's in my cap when I'm painting. Because otherwise, what happens with that? You guys, you end up just throwing it away when your jar gets empty, right? So you might as well use it when you can on your paint projects. Thank you, Pam. All right. So, I started with blue. It doesn't matter. So tomorrow we will go out. Evan and I will go out. And hopefully I can convince him to go with a white shirt. Because you can get a white shirt at Target for like $10. But the black ones I only found at, where did I find them at? I found the black ones at JCPenney, and it was really expensive. Not in the clearance sale, you guys. And I found the black ones at Kohl's. So I'm hopeful that this little boy will be okay. But you guys, here's the thing. This is the other thing, though. My kid is a character, and I think you guys know that, right? When he told me that what he wanted to wear for the dance tomorrow, oh, I'm horrible at dyeing. I am horrible at dyeing shirts. It will end up turning out to be like a nasty gray with parts of it dyed and parts of it not. I've never mastered dyeing something. Never. As many times as I've tried, I've never mastered it. I did not try Amazon. I think at this point it's too late because here I am like prioritizing, and you know, it's the night before, so I need to boost that up on my priority list. But his complete outfit that he wanted for this dance, you guys, when he first told me, he said, I want black pants, a black button-up shirt. He said, I want black shoes. I want black tie, and I want purple gloves. Like, okay, buddy. Purple gloves. Gotcha. So now, let's see. I don't know. Maybe he'll give up on the purple gloves thing because I certainly haven't found any purple gloves either. Try the thrift store, Christy. I would, except our thrift store around here has actually made, I didn't get the gloves, no. Our thrift store around here, our Goodwill, has actually made like a TikTok viral video as being the worst Goodwill in the country. And it really is. And I've seen the videos, And the one that's literally right by my house is the worst Goodwill in the country, according to TikTokers. So I don't know. I might have to drive out. I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to either convince him to get one. I am not good at dyeing things, Penny. I am so bad at it. Matter of fact, I had some stuff here that I tried to dye black before, and it didn't work out, and I kept it, and it was like this nasty gray color, and I kept thinking, I'm still going to use it for a project. I'm still going to use it for a project. I'm still going to use it for a project. And you know what happened? 4 years later, I finally just threw them away because they were bad. You found a black button-up shirt at Walmart. Our Walmart had nothing. They didn't even have the slacks. All right, you guys, red, white, and blue. We're going to do blue on this one. I mean, red on this one. I can't count. I don't know my colors. Your Goodwill is really expensive. And I don't have the time or the energy at this point to spend trying to look. I went to TJ Maxx. Yep, today I went to Kohl's, TJ Maxx, JCPenney, Burlington Coat Factory, Ross, Old Navy, Foreman Mills, and Target. It was insane. So I think tomorrow is going to be the day where it's like, look, my time is also worth money. And so if I can't find it in a reasonable time, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and just spend what I got to spend so that I don't have to spend all day long not being work productive just to be able to find this shirt. Because you guys, I'm working on some stuff for you, okay? I'm working on some stuff. As a matter of fact, I got 20 napkin bundles done, patriotic napkin bundles done today. I have got your patriotic boxes started. And then I'm still working on my pool too, which by the way is now teal and it's no longer nasty green. So lots going on. And he does want to make a fashion statement with the purple gloves for sure. My kid is a character, I tell you what. I did not yet try Meijer. I did not try Meijer yet. All right, let's give this thing a good dry. You had to go to JC Penney. Your daughter-in-law was always looking for dress clothes for one-time use. And had really good luck at Ross. And I went to Ross and I didn't have any luck at all. I did not, Carol. I did not. The only thing that I got today in the mail was an invitation to a graduation party happening the same weekend as Camp Talk. For a little girl that I have known for 15 years. You know, because that's how it goes. He's not going to get a suit jacket because now he's asking for a suit jacket. And I'm like, buddy, no way. Sam's or Marshall. Our closest Marshall is like 40 minutes away. Thank you, Annette. I'm trying so hard, y'all, to make this happen for him just the way he wants. But here's the other thing. I don't have a dress yet. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I got to try on all the ones in my closet that are all probably way too big for me now and see if I can, I don't know, make it work with a belt. Because you guys know I'm like, I don't prioritize myself like ever. So I figure whatever happens with me happens with me. As long as he's looking snazzy. It's all that matters. Because I guarantee he couldn't care less if I go there in sweatpants and a t-shirt. I have not checked tuck shops. I know that I can get the shirt that he wants at Kohl's for $37 just for the shirt, you guys. and then there's 15% off of that. Hi, Uncle Don. Any chance you've got a black button-up shirt for a little boy size 8? Love you. Probably because, oh, you're probably right. You're probably right. I know, moms do always use leftover clothes. All right, you guys, I'm going to do this one more time because that's just not as dark as what I wanted it to be. And I think that this is going to look a lot better having a second coat on here. But I am certainly not getting enough paste out of my lid. See, I have tons of dresses in my closet that I've only worn once for like ChalkCon last year and for the cruise this year and all of that. But you guys, 50 pounds is a lot to lose, and I just don't know how any of that stuff's going to fit me anymore. Not that I'm gloating, but I am because I'm proud. And I'm happy, and things look better on me, and I feel better, and I feel great. But, yeah, nothing fits. Did I say? No, I did not say when the napkin bundles are available. The 20 that I made today are going to go in the patriotic bundles as soon as I get those done. But I am still waiting for the patriotic stuff at Hobby Lobby to go on sale, and I thought it was supposed to go on sale the first of this month, but it's not. So hopefully next week it'll be on sale. I don't know. You don't have anything that small? Oh, darn. I'm half tempted, you guys, to just put a Facebook post out there on our community page and go, hey, anybody with a boy who's my son's age have a black shirt we can borrow? Because you know there's going to be mamas out there who have got all these clothes their kids have grown out of, sitting in bags that they don't want anymore, that they just, but they also don't have the time or the energy to go through everything to purge. And so I could probably get somebody to donate one to me if I was desperate and really, really, really needed it. I'm not going to do that. I am not the kind of person who would borrow, who would use something for the night and then return it. I won't do that. Especially because he's a kid. And he's probably going to go to the bathroom and not wash his hands. And probably going to do, like, the, what's it called, you guys? Oh my gosh. Tom Hanks played Jerry Maguire. That, like, he's going to do the knee slide down the hall in the school and all that kind of stuff. Because that's my kid. That's my kid all day, every day. He's got a lot of energy, you guys. He's got a lot of energy. All right, I'm good with the color now on these. So much energy. It's going to be destroyed by the end of the night. Hi, Joni. So what I'll tell you guys about the napkin bundle. So the 20 that I made up today are going to be in the kits. So when I finally get those finished. And I'm a multitasking mama, you guys. Trying to get them done as quickly as I can for you because I know time is limited. But I'm a multitasking mama. I also have a ton more napkins. But I don't necessarily have like 40 or 50 of each. So the rest of the napkin bundles that I do are all going to be mystery patriotic napkin bundles where they're all going to be a little bit different. So, and I'll probably have like, I don't know, 60 of those available. Your son was like that too. So it's just a matter of being able to get them done and still, you know, do all the other things that I've got to do every day. Which apparently today did not include my hair or my makeup. Oh no, Linda! You wore holes in them just one time dancing. Yeah, that would be my kid too. All right, let's pull this tape off of here. We should have a gorgeous Oh no! It still bled through, you guys. Shucks the daisies. Just on the blue, I must, oh, on the red too a little bit. It's okay. I kind of like that too. That little bit of like fading on there. We're going to do it. To put a base layer of paint whenever using canvas before chalking the transfer. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Just make sure you give it a good sand and then you surface wax. So I'm only painting it because I wanted it to be red, white, and blue for this project. And then we're going to go ahead, because remember we already sanded it. We're going to go ahead and add a layer of surface wax on here. Okay, so the surface wax is back in stock for those of you guys who have been waiting for it. It is back in stock. But now the little waxing applicators are out of stock. Not a big deal, you guys. You can use a piece of towel or anything else that you've got that will put it on here. A piece of paper towel might lint more than others. I would try to go with something that's like a tea towel or something, so that it doesn't, so that you don't get that paper fuzz all over it before you put your transfer down. But we're just going to add a layer of surface wax on here, and then after we do our surface wax, we're going to buff that back off with another towel. Okay. You don't necessarily, though, have to paint it first. Matter of fact, the white on here is not painted at all. Just buff that wax right back off. All right, so you guys, here's the next thing that I want to show you guys. The paste, okay, yes, you guys, we got an announcement today that our price is going to increase just on paste and ink, and it's not going up until June 1st. June 1st, okay? So stock up now while you can. Scrap of t-shirt will work. Absolutely. All right, so now that we've got this done, I want to show you guys, here's the thing about canvas, okay? Remember, our transfers are sticky and they're adhesive. And right here in your canvas, hopefully you guys can see this, it has some wiggle room. You see how it kind of bends in and out? It's got some wiggle room and it can bounce. When this bounces, I did try Target. That's where I found his pants. Yes, Sandy. When it bounces like that, and you've got your transfer on here, as you press down with your paste, you can actually be lifting up at different parts of that adhesiveness, okay? So in order to combat that, what you need to do is put something back here so that when you lay it down, you don't have that give. It's to support the back. And I was looking and I was like, what do I have that would be easy to throw back there? For me, the thing that I found that would work the best is one of these square pillow covers that I had in my inventory. Now, if you've got a block, that would work. If you've got 2 of the 5x7, actually that might be too thick. I thought that was going to be perfect, but then I got the zipper right there. And it might be too thick. Okay, so that might not work. Hold on. I only have one of these, but if I had 2, these would work out really well because look at how they fit in here. Almost perfectly. And this is the 5x7 square or rectangular chubby. Those, if you've got 2 of those, they're going to work perfectly. A book. I looked for books and didn't have one that was the right size. I'm going to use that chubby right there. And then I think what I'm going to do, because I have it, and I'm just going to try this, I have a piece here. Yeah, you could fold your fuzzing cloth in half. That would work. I have another piece of 5x7 canvas, and I'm going to see if I can get both of these to squeeze in here together. Of course not. Well, shucks a daisies. Of course not. These right here are perfect, though. All right. That's still going to be too little support. Too little support for that. I'm going to find something, though, because I know I've got something that's going to work. I have to have something that'll work. Where's my something that's gonna work? Ah! The fuzzing cloth, yep. Let me see if I can do this, you guys, just to make this, I'm going to do, yeah. I'm going to put a couple of our simple rectangles in here just to make it that hard surface. I would, but I'm not going to. I would. So let's just do this. I'm going to put 2 of those rectangle circle shapes in there. And then I'm going to grab one of my towels and I'm going to throw that behind it. That way the simple shapes are going to give me that, structure that I need. What about behind me? I didn't see anything back there either. Oh, yes! Oh, do I have one? Oh! You guys, I do. I have a Happy 4th of July one. Can you use ink with transfers on the round slate? What round slate? What, the sublimation slate? Probably, but I don't know for sure. There we go. That's perfect. 2 5x7 chubbies. You guys, that's perfect. 2 5x7 chubbies, y'all. That's the way to go. Now it's not going anywhere because the back side of that is supported. Heck yeah, thanks for that. Tell me what's behind me. That was a great idea because I have one back there. Perfect. Now there's no give in this whatsoever, and that's what we want, okay? All right, we're going to grab our transfer here. I think you probably could, Tracy. But I don't know because the sublimation slate might have... I don't know enough about sublimation to tell you, honestly. Because I don't know what kind of coating it might have on it. All right, so here's the thing about canvas, you guys. Canvas is very, very porous, okay? Just like your shirt or anything else, even if you paint it, you do not have to fuzz a canvas. Okay, so we're just going to lay this right down on here. And I want to try to get it to where the 250 is in the red. The years is mostly in the blue. Right there, I think is good. Carol just gave you a really good idea. Okay, so we've got the red, the white, and the blue on here. Now, you guys, we're going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to see how y'all feel about this, okay? So I've got my cherry paste. I've got my cadet paste that we used to paint this. We're also going to use bright white and some Nominee. Now, Nominee, we might come back over and do something special with the Nominee, okay? And I'm just going to lay out all my paste first. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Lisa. That's what I'm here for, to teach. Here to teach you guys. Okay. So what I want to do, you guys, we're actually going to do, this is going to be kind of cool, I think. We're still going to do paste and pull. I'm going to do the 250 up at the top in white. Okay? Over top of that red, we're going to do white. And again, we're not pressing into this the transfer. We're letting that paste fall through and then coming back. Hi, Zany. How are you doing? Zanny. Why do I keep saying Zany? Zanny. Thank you, Carol. So we're going to do the 250 just to that red line. Just to that red line in the white. Okay. finish off that section right there. Then I want to do all of these stars. It is a Carol question for sure. Carol definitely has better answers than I do on sublimation because she's done a lot of it. We're going to do the stars in Nominee. Now, I might go back and actually add wooden stars and Nominee over top of these just for a little bit of added like layer to this for some depth and some contrast. Oh, I can do that entire star. I don't know what I'm doing. And I missed a part in the white, and that's that S right there. All right, so just to that part, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this up. Just to relieve that, now you guys can see the 250 right there in the white. And then we're just going to let it fall back down. Now, right here in the white part, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, okay? So I want to do, okay, how do I explain this, you guys? I want to do red on the top, blue on the bottom, and blend them together. That was my idea. Do red up here, blue here, and blend them together, and then do white on the bottom. But then I had to think about the colors, you guys, and what we know about mixing colors, right? If we mix red and blue together, then the color that we're going to have right in the middle of this is going to be purple. And I don't want purple. I really don't want purple in the middle of that. So I think what we're going to do instead is I'm going to grab Storm or a gray color, and we're going to use gray as our transition color between the blue and the red so we don't have a purple in there. Does that make sense to you guys? So I think I'm going to show you guys a little bit what I mean by that right now, okay? And I'm actually going to use a paintbrush, I think, to put that down on there. So let's do the blue first because I want the blue next to the red on the bottom, or on the top. So we're going to grab Cadet in, Cadet, yes. We're going to grab our Cadet. I'm going to go just above my halfway mark with the Cadet. And only as far as that red. And this Cadet's running low. But we're going to make it happen. Okay, so we're only going to go as far as that red is. Avoiding those stars, of course. And going less than halfway down with this Cadet. Oh, I worked with this and it's still thicker than I wanted it to be. All right, and now we're going to add our gray. Actually, I think I'm going to pull this first. Just because that was such a thick bit of blue. It's called the semi-quintennial. Oh, awesome. We're going to add our gray in here, and I'm just going to brush this on. I said gray, I meant Storm. You guys know. Storm is gray. And I'm going to make a pretty straight line right here. So hopefully this will work out for me. And then we're going to come back in with our red and do the bottom part in red. And then we're going to blend the colors in the middle afterwards, okay? So we're taking the red just down to where the blue starts. Oh, I did the stars! Oh, shucks. We're definitely going to put some gold stars over those then. Because I did the stars. I was supposed to avoid the stars. I was supposed to avoid those stars. Oh, thank you, you, Joanne. I will check that out because that sounds better to me. All right, you guys, I definitely did some stars when I didn't mean to. Okay, so now I need a little bit of water. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a clean brush and some water. And I'm going to re-wet this paste right here just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And then I can use my finger. Maybe that's too much. Hold, please. I have too much water on there. I'm going to use my finger and just kind of blend the gray with that blue. As my transition color. Hopefully this works out. Y'all are watching intently, I just know it. Like, girl, I don't even know if this is gonna work. It'll work because I told it to. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're just gonna add a smallest little bit of water, you guys, just to get that paste to not be dry, not be too dry. And then take your other finger, a clean finger, and blend those together. Okay, so just trying to avoid that purple by instead blending with a gray. I might still end up with purple. Hopefully not. All right, let's go ahead and see how this looks. Oh, no! I added too much water to the blue. And it bled. Darn it. Yo. I don't have purple, though. And it can be fixed by going back over that with white, and you just paint the board white. But I did just mess that up by adding too much water to that to try to get that paste. Y'all, we'll fix it. We will fix it. I can fix it. Absolutely, I can fix it. All right, let's come in here and do this star in the gold just because I missed it. I can fix it. Yep, we'll just touch up the white in those spots. For sure. Not a big deal. And another thing too, y'all, you can also use a board eraser. And probably erase most of that. Because it's paste, right? So either you can paint over it or you can use a board eraser. All right, let's go ahead and do the rest of this. With the white, we got a lot of stars here though. That we want to have a nominee. And then we'll pull this up and I'll show you my boo-boo, you guys. Too much water. I should have dipped my finger in the water instead of using a paintbrush. That would have been a much smarter thing to do than to try to put water right on the canvas. It happens, and you can fix it. Don't give up on your project when something like that happens. Just like I went over these stars in the wrong color. And now that that color is dry, I'm going to try to go over them again with the nominee and see if I can't just cover them up. All right, let's see what we got here. It is definitely a learning moment. I should have wet my finger down instead of using a paintbrush. All right, let's check this out. Okay, I still think that this is super cool. You guys, I still think it's super, super cool. We're going to have to fix it, though. All right. Here we go. Let's dry it up. Guys, let me close up my paste jars first before I dry it. Isn't that pretty? All right, Lisa Marie, I get it, girl. I am turning my alarm clock off tonight. Completely off, you guys. So don't be surprised if I don't answer you tomorrow until at least 9 o'clock. Because I'm going to sleep in and I need it. Thank you, Lisa. We're going to fix it, but I'm going to fix it with Waverly instead of fixing it with my paste. Just because our paste is a little bit thinner than what, I mean, no, our paste is, I don't know. You guys, our paste is thicker, but doesn't paint quite as well as the Waverly does. Hi, Becky. Ah! Hi, Kathy. Now to fix it, I do recommend, you want to see how I fix the oops? Okay, let's do that. Snow White Waverly, that's how we're going to fix it. Hi, Arlene. I can never get these darn things open, though. My transfer is right there. Oh my gosh. Oh, a paint marker. Sandy, that might work too. That just might work. Should we try that first? Let's try it, you guys. I've got a chalk marker here. Oh, that's awesome, Carlene. Congratulations. All right, let's try a chalk marker. So you do want to dab these first to get that chalk paint down to the end. And I also have like a hair at the end of my marker that I got to get off of there. And let's just see. It does give you more control for sure. Heck yeah. Oh, Sandy is brilliant. I will have to go over it a couple of times, but it's lightening it up with every pass for sure. Kind of dabbing off any red that I might get on the marker. Oh, and make sure you don't have a glob on there. I globbed it. So it's going to do just little amounts at a time. And especially since we've got wax on here. But it's definitely, let me show you guys. So that you can see the difference. All right, so when we're just doing, like, you can see right there, that's where we've got our big boo-boo. And then over here on this end is where we cleaned it up a little bit. Like, this is the part that's cleaned up right here. And it's just fading it slowly. The paint marker is a Chalk Couture paint marker, but you can use any brand of paint marker. I've also got Posca. Posca would probably work great too. And we'll just have to go over this with a few coats. And each coat will lighten that right back up. Now let's try the paint and see if the paint gets it in the first coat. But you'd have to have a more steady hand, I think, with the paint. So let's go with a fine paintbrush, but one that's kind of sturdy. I like this one because it's got an angled edge on it. All right, so let's see what happens when we use the angled edge. So I feel like if you're using the paint is definitely covering it a lot faster, and it's going to do it with fewer coats than what the chalk marker will. But you just kind of got to have a steady hand to do it, but I'll show you guys the difference. As I kind of clean this up, because you guys, even I make mistakes, and I made a boo-boo there by putting the water right on the canvas. I should have just put a little bit of water on my finger instead to blend that. All right. So now here's the difference, you guys. This, whoops, right here has been painted over, these spots here, and this over here is chalk markered over with 2 coats. So the paint, I think, is going to do the job a lot faster than what the chalk marker does. A second coat of that paint, and it's going to be good as new. For sure. All right, let me finish cleaning this thing up, you guys, so that it looks perfect when I'm done, or at least a heck of a lot closer to perfect than it does right now. But you are going to need a fairly steady hand to do it. Oh yeah, you guys, totally fixable. Anything is fixable. Anything is fixable. Years is the key word. Thank you so much. So after my aunt saw my post about JCPenney today, she got in her car with my Uncle Dave and they went to JCPenney. She just sent me a message. She says, Laura, did you find anything good there? Because I got this for your Uncle David, and this was buy one, get one free because it was pink sticker, and so Brian got this shirt for free. She was all excited that I let her know about the sale. And I want to go back there because I didn't really get to look for myself. I didn't buy those sweaters, you guys. I walked out, I put them back, and I walked out, and I was like, I got to stay focused because I'm supposed to be shopping for Evan right now and not for myself. And I've got a lot of other stores I got to visit to try to make sure that I get him what he needs. And I don't have time to go through the checkout right now just for me. So if I didn't have something for him too, I wasn't going to waste my time in the checkout. Thank you, Brenda. So I'm going to, hopefully I can go back on Saturday and look through all that stuff. But I wasn't willing to do it today. I had to stay focused, you guys. I had to. I'm going to call this good enough for now, but I can always come back in and add more layers of this paste, or of this paint, to really fix this up, okay? My oopsies are mostly gone. And you can barely even tell that it happened. And do you guys see what I mean by the gray? If you put a gray in there, then it's gray and it's not purple. We no longer have a purple color in the middle. Now it's gray. That's why I did that. Can you guys see that difference? I would rather it be gray than purple. No purple. No purple. All right. Much better, right? All right. So now let's go ahead and pull these blocks out of here. Thank you, Carol. And I want to see what stars I've got that fit onto these stars. And then I think we're going to glue some stars onto this. And we're going to paint them with Nominee. I have a bunch of stars in here. And they are of all different shapes, or all different sizes. These ones might be too big. Yes. We might go ahead and put that one there. That one there for sure. I got a bunch of little bitty ones. No, Brenda, don't throw it out. You never throw it out. Never, never, never throw it out. You always fix it. Oh, this is going to make a world of difference. Leave it the way it is. You mean you wouldn't put stars on here? Because I think the stars are going to make it just pop even more. You would have been mad. Don't let it get to you. Don't ever let it get to you. You gotta just, bah humbug. Or, what's up? Keep dropping my iPad. Okay, go ahead, Roseanne, I get it. Go ahead and go to bed. Have a good night. Oh, Carol. Carol's going, I will buy it. Carol will buy it. I will finish fixing it up so it looks a little bit better than it does right now, too. All right. Now I know that I've got enough stars. So let's go ahead, get out my board here, throw some tape on here, and we're going to paint these stars with that Nominee color, okay? Now, some of these stars are a little bit smaller than the stars that are painted on the board. But that's okay, because we did the Nominee on the board, right? So even though some of the stars are smaller, you're still going to see the background of that nominee star. I'm just keeping them together. No! Brenda! It didn't even take that long to fix it. One more coat on there, maybe 2 more coats, and the thing is good as new. All right, I'm going to use one of my dauber brushes, because these are, to me, are the easiest. But my little ones always fall way down in there. There's one. All right, so one of these little dauber brush things, and we're just going to dab that nominee right onto these stars. I don't know what these things are called, the sponge brushes. The stars add dimension. Yes, that's what we're going for. Some dimension. And I got one more thing I want to do to the top here, just to really finish this off. See, fast and easy to paint them like that. So fast and easy. Daubers. See, every time I hear the word dauber, I think of bingo. The only thing that I associate with the word dauber is bingo. Hopefully my glue is good by the time we get done. Oh yeah, good, we've got glue. All right, here we go, you guys. Here we go. Bring this back over. And we can start gluing these down. And a little dab will do ya. Oh, sure, I can paint without my hand being all shaky, but go to do a glue gun. And all of a sudden, my hand is wobbly as can be. Oh, how cool! Can you see this? As I'm pulling the trigger, my hand is all wobbly. I don't think it's quite up to heat yet. You used gray on a project last week with red and blue? Because it just makes sense, doesn't it? Because you don't want it purple. Oh, there we go. And then these couple that I messed up right here. Did I get these stars from Amazon? I honestly have no idea where I got these stars, Terry. They've been in my craft stash for quite a while. In my little bin, and I do not know where I got them from. I just can't remember anymore where I get everything. Once I get it, if it's in a package, I just kind of put it in my little caboodle thing. And that's where it sits until I'm ready to use it. Oh, now I don't have to shake so bad. Now it's coming out. But I think I need to get more because this was all that I had of the medium-sized one. So hopefully I can find some more somewhere. I'm guessing Hobby Lobby though, because that's where I get so many things is Hobby Lobby. That's probably where I got them. That is probably where I got them. All right, you guys. Oh. There's with the stars on there. And then the last thing that I wanted to do is I actually have some leftover scraps of material. Now, you guys, this is going to be in the patriotic bundles that I'm making for you all. They're all patriotic colors of different materials, okay? Now, here's the idea. Instead of making a bow with this tonight, what I want to do, and hopefully I can make it happen, is we're going to make like a banner, okay? And I want to see if I can do, oh, this one's going to be great. With a couple of different colors. Thank you. Oh, these two are the same. One of them is just more tattered. Okay. Maybe we'll go for blue stars. And maybe a red one. You got a package of stars from Hobby Lobby last year? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all three of these pieces. Oh, how do I get this one to sit right? That's the biggest thing. Looks great the way it is. But Carol, hold on, because I think that this is going to look fantastic if I can just make it happen. Hi, Becky. Yes. Okay, I have this idea. Hold on now. Give me a second to figure it out. I'm going to accordion style these pieces. Trust my process here, you guys. So just by folding it like an accordion and then stacking it together. Braid them. I could braid them, but then it's not going to give me that banner look that I think I'm trying to go for here. Where if I lay them out flat and then I kind of accordion them together, you guys, then I think I can make this like accordion style banner piece to go right here and then hang down the sides. So let's just try it. Oh, I know, right? But wait, there's more. I'm just going to tie it. I was like, what am I going to do to make that stay? Certainly not that. If we don't love it, we can always just move on to a different plan, right? That's what I'm doing. Small knots. We'll put another small knot right here. Yes. See how far away that is? We're going to put another small knot right here. I'm just going to keep doing. Carol says no. Girl, give me a chance to make it work out. I'm still trying to figure it out in my head, Carol. Don't say no just yet. Not until I got it worked out in my head. You just might like it. You just might. Yes, like porch bunting. Exactly. Exactly. Just got to make sure that the knot is where I want it to be so that it's right on the edges. There we go. Listen, I think it looks good. I'm going to put a dab of glue on here that we can always remove because it's just hot glue, you guys. And I'll see how you guys like it, or if you don't like it at all. If Carol hates it, she can message me and say, hey, I hated that. Take it off. But I think it's going to look good. Oh, you think she meant no to the braid? Okay, let's glue that one down first. Then we're going to glue this knot over here to the corner. This knot over here to this corner. Carol says put a rusty star. Oh, I could do that. I've got some rusty stars. I don't know where I got them, but I got some. Now my knots weren't as equal as I wanted them to be, but now it looks like it's got braids. Oh man, maybe we braid the ends over here and only the ends over here. I don't know, or at least cut them to where they're equal in length, maybe right to that red. What do you guys think? Do you like the bunting look or do you not like it at all? I thought it would be something different. Than what we've normally done. I think cutting it off right about here is probably good. But it almost looks like pigtails. Do you guys think it looks like pigtails or that it looks good? What do you guys think? It does look like it's got pigtails, doesn't it? But we can always put a dab of glue. Not a fan, says Sandy. We could always put a dab of glue like right here, or we could hang a star from the end of each of these to weigh it down some more so that it doesn't look like pigtails. Do you guys see what I'm saying? It only looks like pigtails because it's sticking out like that. But if we're able to get them to where they actually sit close to the board like this, then it looks more like bunting, right? Do you guys agree? That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's see here. Carol says a rusty star. And I have quite a few rusty stars. No to the bead, but I like the, no to the bead. Putting the tails in a bow. All right, let's go ahead and put this rusted star on here. Carol said rusted star. I feel like it just needs a little bit of glue right there just to kind of pin these down a little bit so that it doesn't look like pigtails flopping in the wind. That's what I think. That's what I think. Carol says braid. And we can do that and see how it looks. Oh, that does look cute. Okay. All right, you guys, it's braided on this. That's adorable. Thumbtack. Carol, I don't have any thumbtacks in my craft room. I should probably get some, though. You like them longer? Good thing my mama taught me how to braid. Though I still haven't taught my own daughter. Okay, y'all, I think that this turned out cute. It does need a few more touch-ups on that paint job, but I think it's cute. And look at, now it's braided on the side instead of flapping the wind like a pigtail. So what do you guys think? Just a little bit of extra detail in there gives it all the cuteness. So I hope you guys at least learned a little bit tonight about doing canvas and tips and tricks and what to do and what not to do when it comes to keeping your canvas tight so that you guys can see at least on the 250 and the 7076. I have no bleeding of my paste on any of this stuff. It was only where I added water that I had any paste bleeds, and that was because I had something firm on the back to give that support. You said the star makes it look like bunting? All right, there we go. There we go. All right, you guys, so there we have it. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Again, I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. If you want the supply list for all the things that we're using tonight, type in the word years. And if you are not yet part of our Perks community, that's an awesome way for you to get 30% off all day, every day on my site. Plus, right now, if you join Perks now through the 12th, you are going to get 3 free surfaces from us as well as our thank you gift for joining this month. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys back here on Sunday, and I'll be sure to post pictures tomorrow so you can see whatever happens with me and Evan as we get ready to go to the dance. Okay? Bye, everybody. Have a great night. See you later.